Oh god, did I just delete everything?
Congratulations. Let's start over. This is episode... You didn't say the episode number, which is
I
fine.
didn't say the episode number, which I really wanted to because that's the whole reason we're doing this.
It'll have to be on the...
That would be on the outtakes and the ad-libs. Hello and welcome to Incomplete Geeks, a gay geek podcast. I'm Nick, this is John, two intrepid class gays lost in the Delta Quadrant of geekdom. This week, for our inaugural episode, we will be talking about all the things we do and don't know about Star Trek.
Yes. Very good.
Right, so...
So, Nick.
Hi, John.
What do you know
How
about,
are you today?
What do you know about Star Trek?
Right. I know a fair amount about Star Trek, but I would call myself a Star Trek fan, but I have never referred to myself as a Trekkie.
Mm-hmm.
I feel the level of loyalty that Trekkies need to have is like from the original series.
Oh, yeah. I get that.
Whereas I came in the 80s with The Next Generation and then Voyager. And I think in order to be a proper Trekkie, like you were going to like Star Trek conventions before the internet. Like before you knew how to get to them.
Sure.
I think that's a Trekkie.
I think a lot of people our generation are in the same boat. Like, obviously, because that's what they grew up with. Like, Next Generation, for being such a groundbreaking show at the time, was just everyone's sort of hook into the world. And I think, I mean, obviously the original series was the OG, the original series. But then it blossomed.
Hence the name.
But you know, it wasn't called that at the time. I'm sure. But yeah, it's just really, obviously it was such a big hit and it blossomed and now we still have it as a franchise now.
It disappeared for a long time though. Like,
yeah,
Next Generation, I don't remember it starting. It was just always on.
Mm-hmm.
If I'd done my research, I would have found out what years it started. But I was young-ish and it was on. I vividly remember Voyager starting. And back then, which would have been... We'll check this later, in the 90s. 96?
Do you want to edit it later? Be like, the year was...
Cut. The year was. It's around about that sort of time. In the 90s. I remember there being hype about it, and I remember there being talk about the fact that there was going to be a woman captain.
Mm-hmm.
We barely had the internet. I don't know how I knew about this, that there was hype, that originally they were like, oh, there'll just be a female doctor, and then they changed their minds and they made her a female captain. That would have been awful.
Oh, I see.
Like Beverly Crusher, bless you. I don't know how I knew about that. I don't know how I remember all this gossip from the 90s, because I don't know how I got gossip in the 90s, because I also grew up in the Middle East, so I was in Bahrain and Dubai at the time, so...
I forgot about that.
Yeah. You. So we weren't watching the same TV. I don't know how we saw it. How the hell did we watch this show?
Your whole background is a lie.
Maybe it's all a lie.
Well, I think back in the day, I certainly got a lot of my TV news from like magazines. TV Guide.
I don't know if we had
that was the big one, I guess.
We had Entertainment Tonight. Maybe they talked about it on that. Did you?
The TV show?
Yeah.
Yeah, we had that. I think it's still on, actually.
Oh, God. That's like
75 years
Isn't
later.
that what Mario Lopez hosts or something like that?
Oh, I don't know. I don't really watch it.
Oh, I don't even know where it is, but he's still hot.
Yeah, whatever animal's blood he's drinking, I want it.
Oh, God, tell me about it. It's probably like live healthy and work out or something stupid like that.
And not drink alcohol.
I don't think it's worth it. I don't know. Yeah, so whilst I enjoyed The Next Generation, there are a few episodes I remember really enjoying, obviously, the Borg episodes and everything like that. It was Voyager that was my love of Star Trek, because I was there from the start when we watched Caretaker and the cast, like the crew with the whoever they were, and you're like, I don't really like any of them, and they of course all got killed. Spoilers, sorry.
Spoilers, yeah.
It's 30 years old, but
somehow
whatever.
I know exactly which characters you're talking about.
Like, all of them got wiped out. Although I would have liked the Betazoid helmsman. She could have been interesting, but like, you could tell straight away it was like, ugh, Doctor, First Officer, let's get rid of them. It was all, that was my show, and that's why it was my Star Trek show, so that's where my love for it came from.
So where are you with Star Trek now? Okay, let me tell my story up to
Please.
your point, up to the point where you got, which is I never watched Star Trek when I was younger. I'm only a couple years younger than you, but I never ever watched it. I don't know why. I don't think there's any good reason for me never having watched it. I like it just wasn't on any channel that I could remember it being on. And so Next Generation, I may have like heard about it sort of in the periphery, but I never watched it. And so therefore I never watched Voyager or Deep Space Nine either. And I never really got it. Like I knew that there were films out as well, and
You never watched any of the Next Generation films when they came out?
I might have like
The Borg one? Not even First Contact?
I was definitely aware of them, but I don't think I've ever watched any of them from beginning to end. They could have been like on in the background. There was First Contact, there was Nemesis.
So good. I love Nemesis. Everyone hates Nemesis, but skinny young Tom Hardy as the bad guy, I was obsessed with him even then.
Did I know that?
Oh,
I think we'll get to the films later. But so I was aware of those, and I really watched it. And then I was born in America, in case that wasn't clear by now. But I was born in America, and I came to London about 15 years ago, and made friends who were talking about Star Trek. And this is kind of sort of an inroad to how my geekdom comes about, because I was missing out on all these sort of in-jokes and references that all my friends were making, and I would, when I finally got Netflix, it was like, okay, I have the opportunity now to binge watch all of these episodes. So about 2-3 years ago, before the pandemic, I literally just started binging it, and I would watch, whenever I had time, a couple episodes a day, and over the course of like a couple of months, got through all 7 seasons
of Next Generation.
And then at that point, I was like, okay, here's the thing, because of the new shows that came out, I didn't really want to watch more than one at a time. And so I said, I'll finish Next Generation, and then I'll watch something else, and then I'll watch like Discovery or whatever what was on at the time. And I asked people, should I watch Voyager next or Deep Space Nine? And I happened to ask one friend of mine. She said, watch Voyager, because Deep Space Nine is stupid. And then I started watching Voyager, and then I went back to my other group of friends who, coincidentally, probably all men, and they were like, I told them I started watching Voyager, and they were like, Voyager's stupid, you should be watching Deep Space Nine. Probably because that was their series, So anyway,
that's a good point.
My current journey is I'm actually partway through Voyager, and where I am now. I've not finished it.
Mm-hmm. That's where we bonded. That's why we got the idea to do this podcast, because you were watching Voyager, and I'm obsessed with the show.
And you basically just sort of
like, let's talk about it.
Yeah,
that was really loud. I got really excited. So let's talk about that.
I said the word Voyager, and you were like,
Janeway 75.
So that.
Quadrant. Coincidentally, these people who were fans of Deep Space Nine, gay or straight?
Oh yeah, all gay.
Oh, see, that throws my thing out the window. I wondered if maybe they had some issues with the female captain thing, but
I think there was an appreciation for Janeway as the strong female lead. But I think that maybe they were coming at, I don't know, I've not seen Deep Space Nine yet, so I'm like, is it the story? Is it the other characters? I'm not sure.
The only thing I can, because again, this is reference back to the title of the podcast. We are incomplete geeks because we are geek fans of a lot of different geeky genres, but only in like little bits of it, like slivers and things like that.
Yes.
So I watched every episode of Voyager and all the new ones, but I've only watched a few episodes of Deep Space Nine, and I gave up before the Dominion War, which is what everyone's like, oh god, that's the best part, and I never saw that. I just saw it like the first few seasons, where I'm like, they don't go anywhere, and it's just like, it's like a shopping mall in space. I don't get it.
Yeah.
And I didn't love any of the characters, and the kind of key thing for me is like, I want more like strong, interesting female characters, and I know it's even in Voyager there's only 3 of them, but they happen to be like 3 very prevalent ones.
Wait, hold on, hold that thought.
But in DS9 there was only like 2.
Oh, B'Elanna. I was like, who's the third one? I was like, oh, fuck's sake.
B'Elanna?
Is that who you're talking about?
Of course.
I'm in the middle of, I've just started, I'm going to say season 5, and I think this is like just after she had a baby. The actress had a baby. And so she wasn't in it. She's not been in a lot of episodes.
I don't
That's
know.
why she wasn't in my head.
Sadly, I don't think that's the reason she wasn't in a lot of episodes. I think it's because they're like, we have 2 women, let's not bother. And if you watch the first season, which everyone's like, ugh, I don't really like it until 7 of 9 comes in, and I love 7 of 9. Jerry Ryan favorited one of my tweets. No, didn't liked it. Let's calm down. She didn't retweet me, but she did like one of my tweets when the trailer for the first season of Picard came out.
Send us an email, Jerry.
Jerry, we love you. So I love 7 of 9. She's an incredible character. But season 1 and 2, 3, whatever, of Voyager, the dynamic back and forth was always between Janeway and B'Elanna, because B'Elanna was the hot-tempered rebel who was pushing against Starfleet protocols, and Janeway was her reluctant mentor.
Right.
And when 7 came along, they're like, oh, we don't need you to do that anymore. So her character completely changed. She's like, oh, she's now bonking Tom Paris and having a baby, and she's just doing engineering stuff. So there wasn't any writing intelligence to kind of like create that same kind of character, which is very sad.
Yeah, that's a shame.
Because I loved that back and forth between the two of them.
And I think even to tie it in with Next Generation as well, you had... Oh, there's so many things, but like if you have a character and they haven't done very much, or there's nothing for you to do, do you wait around as an actor? Because I'm an actor. Do you wait around for something to happen just to say that you were part of it, or do you sort of give it up and go do something else? Because a lot of actors, I'm thinking about Star Trek actors, have had the same issue. I don't know what happens to Roxana Dawson. I'm assuming she survives to the end of the show. Don't say anything.
Oh shit! I was about to say all.
Don't
the
say
spoilers.
anything.
I'm sorry.
Really? I don't know. No, you haven't said anything, and I don't know anything. I'm assuming they make it back to Earth eventually. I don't know anything about Voyager. You slurp your tea. You slurp your tea, and I will give you the tea. No, that doesn't make any sense.
Something about spilling the tea, but I'm slurping the tea.
Do not spill the tea.
I won't spill the tea. I'll slurp it instead.
Perfect. That works. So you say you come at appreciating a show, so what it sounds like, because of the characters, like you want strong characters. I come at it from a story point of view. I want to hear a good story, and some of the best stories are the ones that feature strong female characters.
Or at least characters that you like. If you like complex characters, there's brilliant. Like a lot of the Star Trek male characters are fascinating and brilliant as well. I can't really get as excited about a male character the way I do about female characters, but that's possibly to my detriment.
Well, I mean, yeah, no, I get you. Not necessarily. You don't have to like.
Well, more that I would defend a shitty show or a shitty episode because my favorite character was in it for longer.
I see.
I will enjoy it, and when you kind of rewatch it like 20, 30 years later, you're like, oh, it's actually really bad.
Yeah.
But
you still.
But it was a Janeway episode, or it was a B'Elanna episode, and I was I loved it. But everyone's like I had no problem with the whole Janeway and Tom turning into tadpole things.
Ugh. Hated it.
Everyone hates it.
It was so dumb.
I got no problem with it.
The story was dumb.
I got no problem with it.
And like, regardless of how much I love Janeway and how much I hate Tom Paris, it was just a dumb story, and that's where I come at it. And
I think you're absolutely fair to do it that way, but yeah.
But okay, so story. As an actor, do you wait for the story to get good? And like sometimes a lot of shows don't get good until like season 3 because they're not finding their feet in a way. That happened with Enterprise. I think that got cut off after 4 seasons. And people said that whatever war happened in that one.
Enterprise, I couldn't get past the theme music. I'm so sorry. That's how
You're
basic
like,
I am.
Episode 1.
No. Firm no. It was also I can't stand when they go backwards.
In time.
It's sci-fi. I'm watching this for cool futuristic stuff, and they went backwards, and it was like a flying submarine. I was like, no.
Oh, really?
I want carpeted hallways, a holodeck,
73
I want
different
coffee
aliens.
bars, and yes, exactly, a conference room. TNG has several conference rooms. That's what I'm here for. I'm not for like climbing up Jeffrey's tubes and all that kind of crap.
Kind of an office
you can tell I've never watched the show, so I apologize if I've just insulted everyone, but
to be fair, I've never watched it either. Seeing as we're incomplete geeks. I've never actually watched Enterprise, but I have read about it and how it's one of those shows that was finding its feet. So talking about Next Generation, you had Wesley and you had
Wesley.
Tasha was her name?
Tasha Yar.
Tasha Yar, who, strong female character, she's like the head of the security, but didn't have much to do in the first season, and she left because she was like, I want to leave. And then it was like, if Worf didn't have much to do in the first season either, and then they eventually found something, they worked it into the story. So now I'm wondering if B'Elanna is going to do the same thing now that she's clearly got not much to do character-wise. What they're going to do with her. So I'm excited to find out. And all the other characters in that show as well. The better the story, the better the characters become. It's definitely like a feedback loop kind of thing.
You're absolutely right. Totally fair. I don't do that.
You're just a...
Like...
That's cool.
I don't care how well written, how clever, how insightful the episode is. If it's a Chakotay episode, skip. Like, I don't want to hear a tale about a scorpion on the fox's back. It's like, my ancestor told me in a dream. I'm sure they did.
To be fair.
But they could have written him something. I'm like, no, I just couldn't. I couldn't get on board with him.
If I hear him say, I prayed to my ancestors who are far from the place of where we were born, one more time...
Isn't that a drinking game? Like a Star Trek Voyager drinking games? Like you take a shot every time Chakotay references his ancestors? Or is there something like that? You'd be hammered.
Oh my god. I want to know what they were thinking when they created his character. Like it was, mid-90s when they started? Like, I know what we...
Representation.
I get the representation. Like they want to have
Fully written representation.
Well, yeah. It was meant to be like a Native American style character.
Yeah,
I suppose.
because he is.
I don't know about the actor...
Yeah.
His background is but...
Yeah, he is.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
But, like, I don't think they knew what they wanted to do with it.
Checks Google, to be sure.
Yeah, let's check Snopes.com.
Well, the whole kind of point of Star Trek, isn't it, that people are supposed to be all sorts of different, like, backgrounds and races, but you can't really tell. It shouldn't make a difference. Same with male or female. It shouldn't make a difference.
Right.
Because they're, in space.
You have to look at like early life or something.
Well, early life, born in Bakersfield, California.
Ugh.
Oh, the son of Aurelia and Luis Beltran Perez, immigrants from Mexico.
There you go.
So, but Mexico has indigenous people too.
Yes.
So he could.
They were all slaughtered by the Spanish.
Well, he could be of indigenous descent, Mexican,
right?
Rather than white Mexican. So, still,
fine.
Reaching Star Trek, but it's the 90s. You kind of tried. Half points.
Well, the point is that they were trying.
Kind of tried. Half points.
That's one thing.
You're Mexican. You'll do.
Well, I mean, that's one thing I think Star Trek has always done really well. Is we can look at it now and think they could have gone even further. But like the original series had, one of the lead characters was a black female, and they had an Asian male. In the very first pilot, which I did watch, the number one was a female.
Yeah.
Until they nixed that,
I know, but Spock was a better character, unfortunately.
No, that's fine. I think, they did that well. I mean, Spock even was supposed to be like a boundary pushing kind of character for being so scientific and a foil to Kirk's emotional thing. I'm sure anybody who's listening to this is not news.
They're not impressed by your analysis of Spock.
I did start watching original series. So I was like, I'm going to watch all of it. I'm going to start from the beginning because that's the kind of person I am. I will watch from the beginning every single episode. I got about halfway through the first season. I was like, I can't do this anymore. I might watch it eventually, but yeah, I stopped that. So I've seen original series.
You've seen more episodes than I have. So you win original series then. That's fine.
That's like, I would watch more of it if I had nothing else to watch.
There was a global pandemic and it wasn't even enough to make you watch it. It's fine.
Correct.
So this is why we are not Trekkies. So props to you.
But we still got opinions.
Clearly. We're white guys. Obviously we have opinions.
Of course. Of
course we have opinions.
And I want you all to hear them.
We have a microphone and a podcast. So
why did it take us so long? It's like we're almost out of the pandemic and we're now going to make a podcast.
I was going to say I didn't know you during the pandemic, but I did.
That's true.
I did know you, but I didn't.
We were just acquaintances then.
Yeah, I didn't speak to you back then.
So,
Right, so should we go through the series?
Yes, I was just going to do that, yeah.
Series? The
Series.
series.
We've both seen TNG in completion.
Yeah, I don't remember most of it because I watched it the first time round, and I think I only properly watched the final episode 10 years ago or something like that, like rewatching it because I wanted to rewatch some classic episodes, and I was like, I don't remember ever watching the final episode. So I rewatched that.
There you go.
In whatever.
When you were young, you were like, if I watch the final episode, that means it's over.
That's what I did with Golden Girls. I refused to watch the final episode for so long, but I did eventually, and it's wonderful. Wonderful finale. But yes, TNG, the finale was very good, very well done.
Yeah. Good send-off.
But yeah, because we had Middle Eastern TV, so we got what we were given.
Right.
So it was on weekly until it wasn't.
Yeah.
So if it may not, we may not have seen the whole thing.
Okay.
So yes, TNG. Deep Space Nine.
I think I watched the pilot episode, and that was it. That was when I decided I wasn't going to watch anymore until I finished the other one.
I definitely saw a few, but I just used to fall asleep. It was on after school, and we'd always try and watch it, but then just all fall asleep. I just couldn't.
So, neither of us are qualified to talk about.
No, but if you're a big fan of any of the characters or any of the story arcs, please call in. We'd like to hear.
Yes.
We don't have a phone, but
ring the number on the bottom of your screen.
There's no screen.
So Voyager, I'm just started the 5th season, and you've watched it the whole season. You've watched the whole show how many times? 7 or 8 times?
No.
I'm teasing you, but you've seen it all.
3 times, I think. Gosh. But like from the 90s.
Selectively. Oh, I see.
Yeah, so. Yeah, because the final episode was on when I just came to England and when I just came to uni. So I remember I had to record it on VHS so that I could watch it later because no one wanted to watch it.
Can I tell you? Can you guess what show I did that with?
No.
I'll give you a hint. When I was younger, I wanted to be an FBI agent when I grew up.
X-Files?
X-Files, yeah.
Okay. That keeps coming back.
No, I know.
We'll do X-Files another day.
We'll do another episode.
I mean, not really. Yes, so, yeah, like...
It's low on our list.
Once or twice, and then key episodes multiple times, because obviously I watched it the first time in the time of VHSs, so we would have the first episode, Scorpion, and that sort of stuff on VHS, and we would just watch, repeat.
Oh, I'm like, what is Scorpion? But it's the name of an episode.
Yeah, and it's one of, and correct me if I'm wrong, internet, but it's one of the, or if not the highest rated, and the final episode are like the highest rated Star Trek episodes across all franchises.
Okay.
Because Scorpion Part 1 and 2 was brilliant.
All right.
When you the opening thing, and then you see the Borg, and you're like, oh my god! And then anyway, you all know you've seen it.
Scorpion Part 1 was the finale of one season,
and Part 2 was 7 of them.
Yeah, I miss when TV shows used to do that. But then again, we had to fucking wait for.
But can you imagine watching that in real time? Because I didn't do that. We watched it on the video, so to watch it in June or whatever, and have to wait until September for Part 2.
It wasn't quite a year, I suppose, but still a long time.
My God, that would have been horrible. Yes. So Voyager, completely. You will soon, eventually complete.
Yep.
We're thinking of doing like a live viewing of the final episode.
Oh yeah.
If anybody wants to get into that or join us on some sort of thing.
When our Patreon account gets to a certain threshold,
we'll just stream it, which I think would be fun. But I would be very hard pressed to shut my big fat yap. So we'll have to think about that.
So what show is after that?
Well, no, after that, or kind of at the same time. No, after would have been the Next Generation movies.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
Which you haven't seen any of them because there is a teeny tiny overlap.
I doubt that. Oh yeah, there was an overlap, wasn't there?
But
considering that Voyager is in another bleeding quadrant, then that doesn't really get referenced a lot.
Borg.
What?
There's Borg.
There's Borg in. Yeah. What about Borg?
There's Borg in one of the films. I can't say too much because it's
the one with the Queen Borg.
The Borg Queen. Let's say her name correctly. Yes.
The Borg Queen. I'm sure I've seen.
Oh, because that must
parts
have
of that
been.
one.
That must have been. Okay, I'm not going to say more, but
Hang on a second.
that was before the finale because of
Nope.
that. Because of that, obviously. But then it couldn't have been, but it was, and it was that. You know. Sorry.
I'm a little bit lost right now, and
Good,
I can't
that
wait to figure out what the heck you're talking about.
That was the point. Anyway.
Episode
yes.
75, we're like, do you remember in episode 1 when you were talking about this? So
Yes,
the films.
The films.
I'm pretty sure I've never seen any of them in their entirety, but I know like stupid trivia about it because I'm a dumb actor who memorizes actors' names.
And you run pub quizzes, so.
And I also, by the way, dear listener, I host a pub quiz in Southeast London.
It's very good. He
Oh my
is
gosh,
very good.
Should we talk about that later? Like the last one I did?
I mean, we can talk about it. But
We'll talk about it.
we'll come back to this.
Okay.
So yes, so the films are hit and miss. So like the first one was rubbish. The second one was the Borg one, which was brilliant.
You're talking about the TNG films?
Yes.
So you're not counting the one with both captains?
That is a TNG film. With Kirk?
Yes, with Kirk.
That was the first TNG film.
I forget what it was called.
Generations. And it was crap. It was just, oh, look, fun, we'll unite the cast. Cool,
My
we get
grandpa
it.
loves it.
We love that shit. But it wasn't a good film. Although Guinan did some good acting in it. That was good.
Oh, well, she did.
We love Whoopi. Oh. She was great. Yes, First Contact was second, which was brilliant. That's the Borg one. Insurrection was third, which was meh.
Okay.
And then Nemesis with Thomas James Hardy.
Nemesis.
That's not his real name. It's Tom Hardy. I don't know what his full name is.
Was not the Borg one? Was that
No, First Contact was the Borg one. I've just been through this in great detail.
Oh my god!
Don't bore the listeners.
I'm not a real geek.
Yes. So then Nemesis, and I think that did fairly well. I remember seeing those in the cinema. That's great fun.
Hi, welcome to episode 2 of Incomplete Geeks. I'm Nick, and here's my new host, Steven. We kicked John out because he wasn't a proper geek. Because he doesn't know what films the Borg is in.
Who's Steven?
I don't know, I just made that name up.
Oh.
You'll find somebody else.
Anyway.
I'll find somebody for you.
After that must have been Enterprise. In that kind of void gap.
Yeah.
That I don't know anyone who watched that, but cool.
Yeah, fine.
There's some Borg episodes in that as well, which I did watch as part of my box set. I got
How?
Borg have been around for a long time, dude.
Yeah, but they weren't aware of humans.
I will show you the episode if you want, and Belana directed it, so.
Okay.
Anyway. Enterprise, I don't know if that connects, apart from that one random episode. I don't know how it connects to any of the others.
I mean, I haven't seen it, but because as it being an origin story, so to speak, is there one episode where they like flash forward to the future?
I don't know. Okay. I don't know.
Okay, fine.
Enterprise, way to kill the franchise, Bakula.
Oh, poor Bakula. I think he's a good guy.
That's a Futurama reference. I would really love it if people heard that and validated my geekness.
I do.
So I don't know if that. So it kind of killed the franchise. Like, I'm guessing. I don't know how long it went on for, but no one seemed to give a shit. I didn't give a shit. And then it disappeared until those fucking films.
Was it a show that had?
It was a show, yeah.
Hang on, I didn't finish my sentence.
Sorry.
Was it a show that had changed channels midway through? Because that definitely kills things. Maybe not.
Did Voyager do that? They went from UPN to something else. No, it was Buffy that did that.
Buffy did after season 5 for sure.
She survived. She was fine. She was thriving, living her best life.
Yeah.
Anyway, Buffy is another episode.
That is an
we
episode.
will talk about Buffy another time.
Because we are gay geeks.
Yes. So after Enterprise, I kind of feel like Star Trek was dead up until the films.
The J.J. Abrams films.
Yes.
So how many of those have you seen? There are 3 of them, right?
I've seen all of them.
Okay.
I thoroughly enjoyed the first one. I thought it was great fun. Space film. Some callbacks. Eric Bana, Chris Hemsworth. Bits and pieces. And because it was... I didn't really care too much about the fact that they're like, oh, Uhura and Spock are fucking. I was like, if I'd watched the original series, I would have been like, why? Why have you changed that? But it was fine. Yeah.
Was it a thing amongst the fans that they were like...
I assume so. I would have been furious if it was a series I cared about. Second one was with Benedict Cumberbatch. Butch Snatch. Catch.
I thought you would...
Cabbage Patch.
Being intentional.
Cumber Snatch. Beetlejuice Cumberflatch. And I remember that being quite good as well, although his accent bugs me, but it does in everything.
In which film does it not bug you?
Absolutely correct.
Sorry, I'm the American in the room, I have to say it.
Very annoying. Anyway.
I have things to say about that, but I don't have to say them right now.
No, we will, because I agree with them. So, but this is Star Trek.
Well, we'll talk about him as well when we talk about Marvel stuff.
We don't have time for all the Marvel stuff. And then the third one, and this is where I lost my patience with it, because I understand the franchise was, dead. No one really, everything wasn't canon. It was just a film, and I was like, fine. Oh look, there's another Spock. Oh look, everybody's dead. Oh, they blew up Vulcan. I'm like, It's fine. It's just a film.
Yeah.
It's just a film. It's fine. And I say this every time, and I rant about Chris Pine, and this is why. Because I don't mind if you change details. It's a film, it has to happen. But I swear to fucking God, they were on a moon in whatever, the 2400s, and he had to have it written to the script that he was riding like a World War II motorcycle or something at one point. It was just such a vanity thing for him to do. It's like, this isn't Star Trek. This is some bullshit space film with Chris Pine riding a fucking motorbike on a moon. If I've made that up, I'm really sorry. But I remember him riding a fucking motorbike because I was like, what the hell?
And this is the third film.
The third one. I was like, I'm done with this.
And
yes, there's a gay character. Woohoo. And it was filmed pretty much all in Dubai because you could see everything in Dubai was just like bent over on that weird world that was like upside down. Did you watch the third one?
So...
But yes, anyway, that's when I was like, I can't take this anymore. Like, you can change details if you have to because you've changed timelines and everything like that. Mm-hmm. But changing the spirit of it to be just a space fucking cowboy. Space fucking cowboy is such a fucking trope, and we have enough of that in Star Wars. That is not what Star Trek is. Star Trek is diplomacy, politics, science, that kind of shit.
Office
not a
politics.
Fucking self-important cowboy. I mean, I know Kirk was. Whatever. That's when I was like, I'm done with you.
Can I add?
I am done. Sorry, rant done.
That's totally acceptable. Please do more of that. Can I also add, though,
Please.
that Star Trek was also about philosophical arguments. Like, that's what I liked it. The best stories for me are the ones that talk about, like, is Data a human, or is he like is he sentient, or like, what is he? Does he have a soul, or whatever, that kind of stuff.
I love that one.
I love it.
The courtroom one, the trial one.
That was really early, wasn't it? Yeah, that's the one. And
I love that one.
And there was more. And every time they sort of accidentally created a life, they had the same kind of argument.
It was after Tasha Yar died because they talked about the fact that he fucked her and that he has a penis.
I forgot about that.
They talked about the fact he was intimate with Tasha Yar and that he has a penis.
Because if you're
gonna build it,
you might as well make it complete.
If you build it, he will come.
So dumb.
Oh, that's a clip for TikTok.
There we go. You can have that one.
Yes. Yes, exactly. That's the whole point of Star Trek. We have Star Wars for,
space opera,
Han Solo, guns, leather vests, whatever shit you want to do.
Sure. It's the style. I'm with you. I totally appreciate that when you make a variation of something, you can tweak things because you're telling a new story. The same reason when you adapt a book into a film.
It's a different medium. It's like with the comic books, you can't do comic book stories on the screen. You have to change stuff. Yeah. I understand that, but you can't change the fundamental nature of it. Otherwise, why are you doing it? You're capitalizing off of Star Trek, but you're just making it whatever you want. Screw you, Chris Pine. Screw you.
I can't believe that he... Was it like his sort of stipulation to ride a motorcycle?
No, I made that shit up. Of course it is. But he rides a fucking motorbike and everything.
He does, doesn't he?
Self-important.
Whatever.
Anyway.
So, I watched the first film. Thought it was... Because at the time, I didn't really have a lot of experience. This is before I watched anything, I think. So I had no history of watching Star Trek, now that I think of it. So I watched the first Star Trek film. Thought it was fine. I didn't really get it. I did notice that they blew up the Vulcan planet, and I'm like, that's a bit fine. It's part of the story. You got to have some comics, some of your own conceits, I guess. And then the second one came out, and that's where I lost my patience because I never saw Wrath of Khan, and I only knew that there was rumored that he was that character from stuff that I've read, and I'm reading about the story. And there was like a moment in this, like the copying. I didn't know this at the time. It was copying a lot of the stuff from that film. To be fair, this is one of the things that J.J. Abrams does in a lot of his films, which annoys me. He just doesn't.
Did he do the second film though?
The second one?
J.J.
He basically copied a lot of plot points from Wrath of Khan.
Did he do the second Star Trek film?
I think he wrote it.
You rant.
Okay, my rant will be very brief because basically, what really got my trigger was when Benedict Cumberbatch had said like, "I am Khan," and there was like an 8-second dramatic pause where you're supposed to be like, "Oh my gosh, it's the person from that other film that I had watched, and I'm familiar with these characters," but I wasn't. I felt like I was I felt like I was not part of the exclusive group to enjoy this film, and I was like, "Fuck you, J.J. Abrams. I don't care about this Khan character because you've not built him up to be this character. He's just a random guy to me. I don't care if he's, this random villain who probably was like, did horrible things and is a cultural touchstone. But if you're not inviting me, if you're making this film for a club that you're excluding me from, I'm not into it. So I didn't watch the third one.
See, I don't know if I agree with you on that point. But I can't remember the film. Did they build him up as to be enough of a bad guy in his own right?
Well, that's the argument then, because he was meant to be like this person who was doing awful things, and like it was just like he was the villain of the show. But I think when he revealed himself to be Khan, the intention was that you're supposed to understand all this backstory of this character and bring that in and think, oh my god, he's actually an old person, or the character. Because it seemed like they were relying on the previous film and like the 1 or 2 episodes from the original series that he was from to enjoy the film.
But I like the fact when they use, that's the whole point. You're making a Star Trek film. You should use Star Trek characters, and they used a Star Trek character. However, I never saw the Khan film, so I don't know if he was a good portrayal or. I knew who Khan was, and when he said he was Khan, I was like, yeah.
Yeah, sure. But I think the point is, in the second film, which, to keep in mind, this is after 3 years of watching the original series and loving these characters, seeing all that they went through, plus 1 film, which I think was mediocre, and then
3 years.
There's 3 seasons of.
Is that it?
Yeah, I mean they're like
a really bad gig. There's only 3 seasons of the original series. 3 seasons.
I think,
and then like 6 films. They did a load of films.
They eventually had 6 films, yeah. But 3 seasons, and keep in mind it's American, so I think they were like 20 episodes a piece or so.
Yeah, all of them were American, yes.
I'm assuming. I don't know what they were doing back in the 70s. But after all of this, adoring these characters, in the second film, this character comes up, which was a major villain from the TV show, and he kills Spock. That was the point. Spock, I think, sacrifices himself to save Kirk.
Yeah, when he does the thing up against the glass.
He does the thing up against glass.
That's in the Wrath of Khan when...
Yes, and then Kirk was like...
That's emotional.
Okay. It is. And imagine if back before the internet, you didn't know what was going to happen. You're like, oh my god! So this heavy thing...
That would have been... Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's a heavy moment. So now, fast forward 35 years.
Oh, hi, I'm Khan. Okay.
35 years. And here's J.J. Abrams, who... I keep shitting on J.J. Abrams. I don't know who was responsible, but here's this film. He did direct
it. You were right.
Oh, he did. Okay, good. So, shit on you.
Shit on you.
And they switched it so that Kirk dies, sacrifices himself for Spock, for this villain, and it's like, oh my god, it's the same feeling over again. And I'm like, no, it's not. Because I wasn't there. I'm being left out on this emotional journey because I'm not carrying the weight of that moment from the original Wrath of Khan film. Does that make sense?
It does, but I didn't watch the original Wrath of Khan film and I didn't pick up on that.
Mm-hmm.
I think maybe you were projecting too much, but it could have just been not a good film. We also need to talk about that.
Wasn't that the second one?
Yeah, that's what we're talking about. We're still on the second one.
So what are you showing me exactly?
The fact that the woman had to get her tits out. This random female character that he introduced. Oh, I have to get changed in front of you and get my tits out.
Wasn't she actually a character from the original series as well? Janice Rand.
Oh, probably. Yeah. I don't know.
I knew that. That's yes.
Why?
Geek
Who
credited.
was like? What was? No one else had to do that.
She was a.
Kirk didn't get his dick out. Pine didn't get his dick out. We didn't see Zachary Quinto's cock. His Vulcan. Oh, I wanted to come up with something clever about it.
His Vulcan
His Vulcan death grip. We're not good at this.
No, hang on. I'm not a stand-up. I'm an actor. I wanted to use the word mind meld in some sort of scrotum kind of way, but it didn't really work. So.
Dick meld.
Dick meld.
Vulcan that's gross. Meld. That sounds it's melted. Anyway.
His fingers over the...
He could have anything down there. They do refer to Spock as a him, so we are using the him, but he could have all of it down there.
And he was half human as well, so he had a human mother.
Yeah, he did. So, third film, you didn't watch it.
Nope, didn't want to. Don't want to.
I don't remember anything. I know one of them was gay in it. It was filmed in Dubai. The fucking motorbike. And
who was gay? A new character? Or
Sulu.
Yeah.
Who was played by George Takei.
Right.
So I thought that was really nice.
I think I did know that, yes. Okay, fine.
However, the actor wasn't gay. But the character was. I was like, whatever, I'll take it. Yeah, blah, blah, blah.
Okay.
Done. So, didn't enjoy it. Pile of crap. However, without those films, without the success of those films, without the style, the very much huge update in how we watch Star Trek, we wouldn't have gotten Discovery.
And how we watch TV in general.
True. Well, the fact that TV shows now are basically mini movies, and you watch them like they're mini movies. You know, when you look at TNG or Voyager, even you'll get wide shot of the bridge and them standing there talking, and then a few different things. Whereas now it's all fucking shit. Yeah, and because of the success of those films, the style of JJ and everything like that, they did Discovery, which is, you know, thanks. We got Star Trek back on TV.
Yeah,
I'll take it.
I've heard good things about Discovery as well.
You haven't tried it? You haven't started it yet?
I've not seen any of it because I have definitely watched different versions of shows before, and I get confused. And so I'm like, I want to finish Voyager before I start Discovery.
We've got a long way to go. You're only in season 5.
Even though I have seen season 1 of Picard. I know.
That's fine. But Discovery and Picard don't mix.
Exactly. That's why I'm like, okay,
There's
fine.
different timelines. You're fine with that. And that's the continuation of Next Generation. Yeah, I didn't love Discovery when it first came out. I loved that Star Trek was back on TV. It was very emotional watching those opening credits. And it's like, oh my god, it's just a weekly Star Trek show that's back on TV. So that was amazing. And I loved Michelle Yeoh, so that's why I was so excited about her being in it.
Love her.
I can't. Bugger! I can't say anything.
You can't say anything.
But
wait, I think she does something naughty.
We can't talk about that.
Fine, we can't.
So that's why the hype was a lot of hype.
I have a question.
Star Trek coming back, and Michelle Yeoh was the captain in it. So I had a lot of expectation, very excited, but I didn't. The season 1, I didn't love. Question?
Just remind me, where does it fit chronologically?
It happens just before the original series.
That's what I thought. Okay, That's not what I. I lied. That's not what I thought. Thank you for reminding me.
Thank you for telling you.
It wasn't that.
Thank you for informing you with knowledge you didn't have.
I don't know why I said that's what I thought.
That's what I thought.
That's not what I was thinking.
I think people loved it. I didn't love it. I enjoyed it, but for me, it felt the season 1 was kind of like all over the place. I felt the same with Picard season 1, that they're trying to figure out what to do. They're like, oh, we have lots of money and we have lots of backstory. We have lots of different characters and lots of cool shit we can do. And I think with Discovery season 1, they kind of did a lot of stuff that they didn't need to do. It was all over the place. So I didn't love it. Season 2 was really good though.
Okay. This kind of goes back to what we were talking about before, when it takes shows a bit of time.
Absolutely. Like, I can imagine they would have done that with Voyager, because it's completely different. Like, we used the original series, TNG and DS9. It's the same species, it's the same area, it's the same geopolitical situation.
Yeah.
And then with Voyager, like, it's like, ooh, we have to make up brand new characters and, like, fuck this shit up.
Yeah.
And a lot of the stuff, the Kazon, no one liked the Kazon. They dragged that fucking bad guy to death. They're like, oh, here's... I don't even know what the bad guy's name was. The lead Kazon guy. Anyone remember?
I I don't even
call in. See, don't even know. Seska was great. I loved Seska. Fucking brilliant.
She was the female, right?
Yes.
The one that, okay, like the betrayer.
Yes.
Spoiler alert!
She was great. Yeah, so I feel like Discovery did that a lot. It was like, we could do this, or maybe this person could do this, or what about, and then a huge big change, and then another huge big change. Which is fine. It was just finding its feet. Season 2 was really good. The finale of Season 2, I cried. It was so good. It was
really?
it was so perfectly. It was very big budget, emotional moment. It was great. And 3 and 4 have been very different, very removed from those. And they've kind of gone up and down. I think I've lost track of which one we're on 4 now.
I think we're on 4.
And one of them kind of started off a bit Star Warsy. I think it was 3. Was a bit Star Warsy. It was on like distant planet, and they were like, smuggling stuff and that sort of shit, and like running around on desert moons. I'm like, a bit Star Warsy. But then like the next episode, they had like a whole episode, and it was just like a courtroom scene. I was like, yes.
Oh, cool.
I love this shit. They try different stuff, but they're like, we are Star Trek. Calm down. We'll have a whole episode where we talk about non-binary holographic
Perfect.
aliens. Wonderful. Love it.
So that still fits into the spirit of Star Trek.
Absolutely. They try different things. They have a lot more graphics to play around with. Mm-hmm. They're way gayer. Like, I think
perfect.
Like, everyone's gay. In some way, shape, or form, they are an LGBTQIAX+.
Maybe I should just start watching Discovery so we can talk about the gay aspects of Star Trek, because
that was on my list of things to talk about, was gay actors and gay characters.
Oh, good.
But we can't because... Well, I suppose we can, but it's not interesting because you haven't watched Discovery.
That's what I'm saying.
And like,
I need
80% of these actors and characters are in Discovery.
Can I make 2 observations, actually? Hearing you talk about this show. It sounds like with the whole... like I said, the new way of watching TV shows, and like the graphics and being able to tell stories, it takes less time for a show to find its feet. Because you said season 1 was iffy, season 2 was great, and I feel like Picard is doing that as well. Even though I've not seen the second season yet. Don't have Amazon Prime.
Season 1 was all over the place with Picard.
It was all over. I liked it, and I wanted to like it more.
The first episode, I cried. I loved it so much. And then this, and then here's a whole bunch of characters, and like
the story was a bit scattered.
Let's have a Romulan samurai guy. What?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Pretty sure he's gay too, right?
And suddenly, 7 and 9 is there. Like, okay, great, yay.
I knew that because she was in the trailer.
Yeah.
And that's the tweet that Jerry Ryan liked.
Oh.
When I was like, "We love you, 7!" And she pressed like.
And at the very last shot of the season 1, she's like holding the hand of whatever her character's name, and like hopefully it happens quicker with Picard, but I don't know.
Yes and no, because unlike in the old Star Trekkies, that was Alien of the Week kind of thing, whereas these have written. This is just a continuous arc, so it's one story that they have to have written in advance.
Yeah.
So it goes all over the place, but they've written that. They have to do that.
Kind of was.
They can't just make it up. It's like, we didn't like it that week. Let's write something different for this week.
That was actually my second observation. A lot of shows nowadays, they're moving from, Alien of the Week and going to arcs, which I think is your fault.
Sorry.
As a British person. Because you have done that for a long time. You have like seasons that are 6 episodes, but it's like one story that told in 6 parts. Whereas America, you're filming episode, 7, and you're writing episode 10, and then you're like workshopping it, and then you're editing season or episode 6 kind of thing. It's like a progression. So you sometimes this is why shows can be cut off mid-season if it's not doing well. You know what I mean? But you don't do that over here because.
Well, they were only 6 episodes long. Well, agree, but also disagree.
If it's not good, you just don't make another season.
Because only like certain shows are like 6 episodes long, but we also have soaps and things which are exactly the same, which carry on forever.
I'm totally.
Also, I blame, but not in a bad way, Game of Thrones for it.
I was like, what are you pointing at?
My Game of Thrones map in the wall.
Yeah.
That changed TV because it was 10 fucking episodes when that show came out. Before then, had you ever seen a TV show that was 10 episodes long? A series that was 10 episodes long? In America, they're all like 24, 26.
I think because Game of Thrones, which I'll happily talk about Game of Thrones in a future episode. But that was the first big show from HBO. And HBO was kind of...
Sex and the City, The Sopranos.
HBO was the first one that did that new format.
Yes.
because they weren't a terrestrial TV station, they were always pay for
premium
pay for play,
cable or whatever
it's
you
called.
call it.
Pay for play? That's something else.
That's something very different. Back to Spock and his Vulcan mind meld again.
P-meld.
Gen meld.
Letter P, not P-E-E as in...
Oh, okay. Anyway, let's not talk about Game of Thrones because we'll have a episode.
No, I'm saying, totally agree. They did, it was their fault. And because it was so successful, everyone else started doing it as well. They
then
wanted to copy
Netflix
the
did
format.
it, yeah.
Oh, then there was Netflix as well, which is even further removed.
I could not watch 24 or 26 episodes of a series now. I wouldn't start it. If it was that many episodes, I wouldn't start it.
Well, speaking of 24, like that's a show that I watched a lot of, not all of it. But they struggled with creating arcs that would last 24 episodes. Every single season, as far as I know, is cut into like 3 arcs. Yeah. And it can be quite jarring when you're like, oh, this is the bad guy. Oh no, he was just being paid by another bad guy. Now we're chasing after him, kind of thing. I'm a TV geek, sorry. But yes, I can go on about that, but...
Star Trek.
I do kind of miss like Monster of the Week kind of shows once in a while.
Oh, I do too. They kind of put some in, don't they? Like they'll have the overarching like storyline, but they'll have some random ones that you can just be like, okay, this is just like a solo episode. Let's enjoy this.
Yeah, I think the best TV shows are ones that have a bit of a mix.
Agreed. Like Avatar: The Last Airbender, but that's a whole other episode.
We can talk about that as well.
We can't.
Please stay tuned for future episodes.
All of these.
We haven't hooked you yet by one of these TV shows.
But yeah, so now Star Trek is everywhere, and we've got obviously those two.
What else is on? There's the cartoon.
Brave New Worlds is starting this month, and Below Decks. I think apart from Voyager, I think Below Decks is my favorite Star Trek show.
Really?
Because I think my favorite thing about the Star Trek, I obviously love a universe. I'm a massive Marvel fan, so I love having that insider knowledge. So when I watch a show, like I'm insufferable watching a Star Trek episode because I'll be like, Ferengi, that's why, or something like that. Like I was like, ugh, Kardashians, right? I want to show this, like I know about these, different characters, different creatures. I'm horrible, but that's what Lower Decks is that awful reality TV show. Lower Decks. God, I'm terrible. Star Trek Lower Decks.
You're not expected to be perfect.
No, incomplete. It kind of plays off that because it is pretty much Alien of the Week, but like full on ridiculous, zany, but also they swear and get drunk and that kind of stuff. But with all these different references, and they have, because it's voiceover, they can have all the characters. Like Riker comes in, and you can do this, or they reference every different series.
Yeah,
I love it. It's so just joyously enjoyable as a Star Trek one.
I think good animation as a whole does that when they can let themselves be fun, And what it sounds like it's because it's making references to a show. But are you punished for not knowing those references?
That's extra. Like if
exactly.
It's a fun thing. You'll still here's the baddie, here's the goodie, here's the drama, here's the oh god I'm drunk and at work, whatever, that sort of stuff.
That's how.
But they'll make a little like, what is this, Wolf 359? We know.
Yeah.
We know what Wolf 359 is. Do you know what Wolf 359 is?
I will have to think about it. Wait, I do know. It's something about the Borg attack.
It is! Yeah.
In TNG.
Yeah. That's when the massacre at Wolf 359.
Oh, is it the name like the station or something? Or the planet? I'm digging a hole now. I was doing fine.
That's when, when the Borg are first kind of transported there and wipe everyone out.
When
they're like, we're going to team up against the Borg, and then the Enterprise gets there and it's just annihilated. Yeah. Brilliant. Anyway.
Okay, I got it.
So, yes, the movies bugged me, but because of them, Discovery happened. And Discovery was so successful, Picard happened. Because that happened, they're like, shit, let's give these guys a spin-off in Strange New Worlds? God, I said
Brave New World.
Lower Decks, all of this stuff. There's 4 shows in development. Prodigy is on as well. I didn't watch Prodigy, even though Janeway's in it.
But that's another cartoon.
That is an animated one. But
wait, which one is... Hang on, I'm a little bit confused. Which one's Brave New World, then?
I can't tell you.
Is it an... Okay.
Because you don't know Discovery. I don't think it's much of a spoiler. It's a spin-off of Discovery.
Okay, that's fine. I think I've heard of it. It's not out yet.
No, I think it's coming out this month.
Okay, so
End of May.
the next
End
question...
of May, because we may not actually have posted this in time. Whoops!
It's fine. My question for you then is, what are you looking forward to next? Where does the Star Trek franchise go?
There's one place it can go and it won't go. And I really wish it would, but I don't think it will. Would be Star Trek Janeway.
Uh-huh.
That would be...
So she does make it back to Earth.
Brilliant. Well, she's in
I'm teasing.
Thingamajigs. She's in Prodigy, but she's a hologram. So.
Oh, I see. And that's animated for children.
I think that's a kind of kid show. I'm sorry,
Okay.
I haven't watched it. That would be my thing, because of all, and whenever I rewatch it, I love Seven, but Janeway is my favourite character, and the way they've done Picard so brilliantly, and I love they took so much time and money to do that. They really, really thought about what he had been doing in the 20, 30 years since he finished.
Yeah.
And really informed his character and aged him, because obviously he's fucking old. And how he's,
And what the thing is, like
worn down a bit, and he's an admiral, but he's I would kill to see how they do that with Janeway.
Okay.
It would be wonderful. I don't think they will. I don't think Kate's particularly interested in doing that kind of work schedule. Maybe she is.
I don't know. She's on
money.
other shows.
But I think Picard needs to have done better. It needs it needs to be a mind-blowing, smashing success.
Yeah.
And I don't think it will be.
Have you seen some of the second season?
I've seen a couple, and I know what's happening next. And
okay, fine.
I'm disappointed.
But at the time of recording, we are not finished with the second season yet. Are there still more episodes coming out?
Well, I think it probably is just about finishing.
Okay.
On Amazon, or it's short series, short season is
right. Okay.
So there's not too much, so you could binge it. We could binge it. We'll do it tonight. Yeah, I think it needs to. I think because he's only signed on to do 3.
Mm-hmm.
3 needs to be like a smashing success, and they'd be like, "Okay, do you want to do yours?"
Who's next?
But I don't think it is / will be. So they're gonna
have to make it pretty sweet for Kate Mulgrew, I guess. They have to make it good for her to be if she doesn't want to, then they got to give her a good reason to come back.
I saw a lovely clip,
or the fans will have to convince her.
I saw a lovely clip of her being interviewed about Prodigy and that sort of stuff, and they're like, obviously it's been a long time since you were Janeway, and you did Red, which was brilliant in Orange Is the New Black, but did it feel weird coming back as Janeway? And she's like, she never left me, she's always a part of me.
Aww.
And it was always that, and the interview was saying, it's like, even just hearing you talk now, it's like it's the same energy that just this take no shit kind of captain. Sorry, I stand Janeway. So I would love that. I don't think that will happen. It would need to be a really cool concept for them to do that. But yeah, Brave New, Strange New Worlds, whatever it's called, will be the next thing. We'll have to see if that picks up. I think it might be oversaturated at that point, because I think it might be...
Yeah, there's always a risk of that, isn't there?
I think it's a bit too similar, but it might be a bit more fun. It might be a bit more Alien of the Week.
In the same way that Voyager was like similar but also distinct enough from Next Generation.
I think it's too similar to Discovery, because these are characters that are from Discovery that are spun off to their own.
But you're talking about Brave New World?
Yeah.
Oh, because I was talking about potential...
Oh, Janeway.
Janeway.
Yeah, great. That'd be wonderful. But... And maybe the short series, just doing 10 episodes, they could do a mini-series.
Yeah.
Let's just do 6 episodes. Oh, I would shit myself.
Yeah. There's a lot of money in it,
well, Paramount
all these
Plus.
streaming platforms nowadays.
Like, what the hell else does Paramount Plus have? That's why it's so impossible to watch Discovery here, because we can't get it, because they're making it exclusive to Paramount Plus.
Mm-hmm.
And their only good IP is Star Trek. So they're like, fucking pump it out.
It is, yeah. And Stephen Colbert or something.
Is he on that?
Yeah, he's on that channel. Or he's on that... he's on that channel, and he's been promoting it in clips that I've seen.
Okay.
But there you go. It's just going to drive people to pirate it, really.
I would never do that.
No, it's illegal. You shouldn't do it.
I shan't.
You shouldn't. Let's do Smash or Pass.
So, those are our thoughts and opinions on Star Trek and the state of Star. We didn't even talk about anything gay. Like, I mean, we did talk about dick a little bit. About Spock having a mind-melded dick.
What else do you want?
But maybe once you get onto Discovery, we can talk about the gays and that sort of stuff in there and things like that. But
and I'm sure there was.
That's fine.
There's things if we had more time to go into more detail, I'm sure there's things we could talk about, like the episode of Next Generation where it was a planet of people who didn't have gender.
Oh my god, that was on one of my list of things to talk about.
Yeah, there you go. So there's plenty more. If you're
pretty sure it was played by a female actor though, wasn't it? Because it was with Riker.
Yeah, of course it was. Of course it was. And the non-gender person wanted to be a female.
Oh, was it?
I think so. Yeah, but that's why they were ostracized. Listen, if you're coming to this podcast looking for more gay stuff, I promise
there will be lots of gay. But it will happen naturally.
Just like a new TV show, we're going to take an episode or two to get our stride.
I'm just going to read them out.
Read them out.
Because then I'm going to do TNG first. So I don't know what order this is in, but Jonathan Frakes.
Well.
Your counterpart.
My counterpart, because I've been compared to Riker so many times. So I have to smash.
Self-smash.
Why did you start with him?
Because he's in the top left-hand corner.
Fine.
So we start with that.
Okay. Although, I know that people get older as time goes on. But like when he showed up in Picard, I'm like, oh.
Yeah, he's definitely a different person now.
Mm-hmm.
I still would.
We're talking about characters though, aren't we? Not
actors. Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
We're character driven, not actors, because then that gets murky. Yeah. Character. Riker. Oh god, absolutely. Because if he's bad, I want to know. And if he's good, I want to know.
Okay, yeah, no, totally.
Right? Because if he's crap, talking about that, playing on his saxophone, flute, trumpet, playing on his trumpet.
Yeah, there we go. Yes. Oh my god, my brain has to go in circles there just then. Also, he gets a double once in a while. They like
yes,
and the double's pretty bad.
He comes up in Lower Decks.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's so good. Jean-Luc Picard.
Older or younger?
Whatever. At any point.
I think that
absolutely smash. Absolutely, Sir Patrick.
I mean, I love Sir Patrick, but if I'm thinking about the character of Picard, I would. I'd smash.
Yeah.
Just for the brain.
Smash his brain.
Smash his brain. Oh,
no. Worf.
Oh, I'd smash that.
Smash.
Total smash, yeah.
Smash. Gotta find out.
Just for the pure curiosity.
Snap me in half. That's fine. Beverly Crusher.
Pass. I love her, but she's too bland.
I love the character, but again, unfortunately, I am a homosexual. So in this instance, I will say no. However, I will say yes to Deanna Troi.
Of course. Well,
smash.
Oh God, yeah, smash
to Deanna Troi.
Just to say that our homosexuality doesn't limit us. We're just using it is part of a.
It does, but also you've got to interest me. Data.
Did you know he has a penis?
I did. Absolutely smash. He's an anatomically correct android. Are you kidding me? Sex toy.
Yeah. Well, okay. I love the idea of sex toy, but he's got this Pinocchio thing. He's just trying to be human, and that would just get in the way.
Smash or pass?
I'll pass on Data.
Pass. Geordie LaForge.
Geordie. Oh, he's a bit dry.
Pass, Geordie. I'm
Geordie.
sorry. I loved you on Reading Rainbow, but no. Pass.
Don't take my word for it. Read him yourself. That's the line from the show.
Yeah, got it. Wesley Crusher.
Wesley.
Will Wheaton.
I can't get over the youngness. As Wesley, no, pass.
Pass to Wesley. Sorry. Loxana Troi.
Oh. Again, love the actor, but if I'm thinking about just the character, because she's a betazoid, it'd be too distracting. Pass.
She's my favorite character.
You're gonna smash.
I'm gonna smash
Loxana.
I'm sure she's not interested, but they do get hypersexual, so we'll see what happens.
She might bond with you for life.
Yeah, that'd be fun. Tasha Yar.
Smash.
Really?
Yeah, she's tough. She can take it.
Pass. Sorry, not interested.
I mean, I don't like the fact she didn't. Well, again, she didn't have much story, but
no.
Yeah, we could rough each other up.
O'Brien. The Irish transporter guy.
Yeah. Pass.
Yeah, pass. Guinan?
Total smash.
Yeah. Again, sorry, this is revealing.
Again, I want to know.
I want to know, because she's like thousands of years old.
I know.
Super cool alien
She's
thing.
got some tricks up her sleeve.
Yeah, I want to know.
And
what
those sleeves are
do.
big.
Q.
Ugh. Well.
Again, alien smash.
Yeah, I'd smash. It sounds fun.
Omnipotent alien
Yep.
smash? Absolutely. A lot of these are like weird, fluffy characters.
Don't they have like weird sexual things? The Q?
Mm.
Like, doesn't, because there's another Q that then have a child Q. Am I?
Ooh, I don't remember that.
So there's
one.
some weird kind of way they procreate. Anyway.
I'm sure, but there was one that wanted to kill itself, didn't there?
Yes.
Voyager.
And that was a big. That changed the Q.
Yeah, it was a good one. So I'm going to move straight on to Voyager.
That was TNG. Okay, let's do Voyager now.
Captain Catherine Janeway.
Captain Catherine Janeway. If she would have me, I'll smash her.
Yeah, I don't think she would have me.
I'm not good enough for you, Captain.
Not good enough, but absolutely. If I can do anything,
yeah,
you just let me know.
Yeah, total.
Chakotay.
Ugh. I don't know. I'm just bored of him. So he's a
smash or pass.
He's just slightly onto pass.
Pass. Sorry, not interesting. Belana.
Smash.
Smash. It's the Klingon thing. I'm
Yeah.
worried I have a thing for aliens now.
You're like,
I'm smash.
Smash.
Aliens. Smash. Smash him. Tom Paris.
Pass.
Pass. I'm sorry. He doubly offends me because he was clearly created to be the sexy one on that show.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And he ain't.
He's not.
Pass.
He's
pass.
Written poorly. I won't go into it.
No. 7 of 9, tertiary adjunct of Unimatrix 01.
Who's that?
7 of 9.
I'm joking. I'm teasing you. Which character's that? Smash 100 times.
100%. 100%. 100%.
100 times.
The Doctor. I'm gonna say pass.
I'll pass him.
I'm not excited about that, even though he is holographic. That doesn't do anything for me.
Yeah.
I think I know this one. Neelix.
He's an alien.
Hard pass.
I've thought something Neelix, which we'll talk about another day. But
like we'll do that in a more deep dive into Voyager. Harry Kim.
Pass. Wet rag. Not interested.
I probably would on the the 7-year journey.
Okay.
You know, like the cold nights.
And there's nobody else on these cold nights?
I think Harry's the best looking one on Voyager. Tell me who else is from a gay man's perspective. He is the
best looking one.
Yeah.
You don't think Tuvok's good looking?
No. And on Tuvok pass on him as well.
I would smash Tuvok.
Okay. Well, I'll have Harry. You have Tuvok.
Fine. Sorted.
Cass.
Pass.
Pass.
Go away.
Sorry, she's 3 years old as well.
I forgot about that.
No.
She's below my standards.
Which is a child.
She's a child.
It says Naomi Wildman, but I'm not going to talk about that because she's also a child.
Is that the baby?
Yeah.
The child, yeah.
She's beautiful now. Jeez. She should be in Star Trek. She'd be great. Seska.
I don't know.
Totally would. Again, it's my alien thing.
Alien thing.
Absolutely.
I'll pass.
I'll smash. Got a Reginald Barclay.
Reginald Barclay. Do you know who that is?
I know who Reginald fucking Barclay is.
Of course you do.
Calm down.
He seems sweet, but I will pass.
I'm going to pass on that as well. Oh my god.
Can you... how amazing would it be to have, to be in a TV show that did really well, and then just, randomly be a guest star cameo in one episode, and they liked you so much they keep bringing you back for, random guest stars?
Because, he wasn't even, a major character in TNG. He was the one that everyone made fun of. But
yeah.
They just kept bringing him back, and in Voyager, and in all these other ones. There's a lot of other ones I don't recognise. I don't think we need to do every, minor character, right?
Yeah.
Any other Star Trek series you want to smash a pass for?
I know what we can do.
Sorry.
Let's do the films.
The new ones?
The new films.
How will I look for that? It won't make...
Look up Kelvin Timeline.
Oh, shut up. I'm just doing Google searches for the cast.
Yes, look up Star Trek Kelvin Timeline.
I swear to God.
Or should I do it?
I swear to God, if this works... Kelvin timeline. Fucking Kelvin timeline cast.
I am more of a geek than you.
Oh, I don't know any. We're doing characters, right?
Yes.
I don't know what his surname is. It must be. It says George Sam something, which must be George Sam Kirk, I guess.
I don't remember him in the first.
He dies at the beginning.
Yeah, I know. So I don't remember him, and also I didn't know who Chris Hemsworth was at the time.
It's a guy who looks like Chris Hemsworth. Are you gonna smash?
Him.
There you
smash
go.
Him. He looks like Chris
Oh
Hemsworth.
my god.
How long is his hair?
Jeff Bezos is in it.
Fuck that. You're looking at Google. That's why.
Yeah. And I'm doing it in the order. Do you want to do Admiral James Tiberius Kirk then? Smash or pass?
In the Kelvin films, I might smash. Yeah.
I can't say smash. I slagged him off for about 22 minutes, so
yeah,
I'm gonna have to pass. Oh my god, Idris Elba was in these films?
I don't think because you're looking at the Google. Google does the thing where it's like whoever's like
he was in these films.
Who is he? Who's Idris Elba in the?
Carl.
Oh.
Yeah. Shut up. Uhura. She's beautiful.
Smash. My God.
She's beautiful, but I don't think I don't think I have anything to offer, so I'm going to say pass because I'm not going to waste her time.
Well then, okay,
Khan.
He's a bit of a bad boy. I'll smash him. I will.
Really? After
Yeah.
everything we've been through? Pass.
Yeah. I hate the storyline. I just we're talking about the characters.
He will always just look like off milk to me, so no. Spock.
Smash.
Smash. Chekhov.
Chekhov. Was he?
R.I.P. Anton.
I know.
Sad. Let me just smash. Let me just answer for you. Smash.
Smash. Do it.
You're gonna want to smash that. I'm doing this in no particular order, which is probably the wrong way to do this. Scotty.
Pass.
Pass as well. Sorry. Leonard McCoy.
Oh. My other doppelganger.
Smash. Carl.
Yeah, smash.
Smash. Nero is Eric Bana.
Oh yeah, he's the bad guy.
Yeah. Smash.
I mean, I don't remember the character, so pass.
I mean, he's like alienese.
Yeah.
So smash.
I know how much you like aliens.
So definitely smash. Winona Ryder.
What? I don't think she was in that one.
Yes. Someone's mum. Spock's mum.
Oh.
Suck on that.
Fine.
Pass. Sorry, Winona. We're not here for that. Sulu.
I'd smash it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
John Cho for sure. Oh my god, there's so many of these. I don't know. I don't know any of them. It's an Indian red jacket. I was like, I'd smash him. He's hot.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah.
I just felt very passionately about Anton and Carl.
Yeah, there we go.
Smashables.
I think we've exhausted.
I think
this thing.
Scenario. We covered TNG and we covered Voyager, and they're the ones we're most.
We got pretty far.
We did a fair smash or pass with that. Thank you so much for listening. This has been our incomplete journey talking about Star Trek. We will absolutely be talking about it again. We'll be talking about new shows as they come out. When we get our ass in gear and actually post these, I hope they are up soon. Do you want to tell people where they can find you? Are you on social medias?
Oh yeah, if you want to follow me on the social media, best way to see me is on Instagram. I am at John Marks. That is JONMARX. What about you, Nick?
I'm on Instagram as well, but I'm gonna plug my Twitter because it's geeky. It's Nick Baker Geek at Nick Baker Geek on Twitter. I don't have like any followers on there, and I want to be Twitter get a geek. Twitter gay geek famous.
If you enjoyed this episode, like, share, and subscribe.
Yeah, we're still trying to figure out what to talk about and everything like that. So please get in touch. Comments, things you want us to talk about. Like, subscribe, and we'll be back soon with something else geeky. Yeah, which we haven't decided yet. Yeah, but
it'll be great.
Look forward to talking about it then. We'll be more gay next time. Promise.
Yeah, we'll definitely think about something more gay.
We'll just talk more gay. Okay.
Definitely.
Bye.
All right. Thank you. Bye.